Maybe this will be a bit better. Okay, we are live, people. All right. Okay. After a lot of technical difficulties, I think we got this. Okay, so now, what do you all say we try this again? Okay. Okay, so. All right. Okay, Okay, hang on, guys. Give me just a minute. All right. Let me get the Hangout link for you guys. Is it a lot better now, Benjamin?
Oh, it's working just fine now.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Looks like we took care of it.
Yep. Is it a lot better now, Benjamin?
Oh, it's working
Y-
just. Oh,
You can turn off the feedback. There's really no need for it.
yeah, I shut that off.
Okay. So far, so good. I pasted the link in there. Okay. Um. All right. All right. I know it's a little late, but I'm waiting for a few people to get in here, and then we'll get started.
We're kind of competing with Toss right now, so it might be though.
Oh, I know, I know. Mm, It's like basically it's basically a horse race right now. Who's going to get to the finish line first?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard not to step on each other's toes when you got so many channels.
Yep. But I suppose that since there is an audience here, I might as well just say this right now. What's up, people? Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 here. Welcome to my very first live stream. I'm glad that you all have made it. I'm gonna give us all a few. I'm gonna give us all at least 10 minutes to get the room filled up here, and then we'll get to the main topic. Tonight's main topic, which I saved this one for this live stream specifically. Tonight's main topic is Amazon and Alexa devices.
Oh boy.
Evening Dark 187. Nice for you to come. Okay. Give me 1 second, Benjamin. I'll be right back.
So, how's everybody in the chat doing? Hello, Ashley.
Okay.
Oh, me.
Uh,
You had to bring up Amazon. I went to Amazon.com. Guess what? I just got a pop up on Amazon saying, "We noticed that you purchased business products in the past. Create a free Amazon business account to save with business only prices, quantity discounts, and more."
you have got to be joking.
I'm going to click Don't Show Me This Again.
Exactly. Ashley Demers, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Okay.
Give a special hello to Ashley because she's actually my girlfriend. She's on
Oh, that's nice.
she's on the bed over there watching the stream.
Okay. I'm just making sure all the equipment's working properly.
And she does use Linux, whether she wants to or not. Kidding, I'm kidding.
Good job, Benjamin. Good job. Okay. If I know Total West today like I do, his live stream is going to most likely end around 11. So I expect around 11 o'clock there's going to be a flood of people coming here.
I guess it all depends on how many one-liners and nonsense news he can find.
Oh, he most likely has found a whole bunch.
Oh yeah, I mean that's fun. It's fun to look up that stuff too.
Yeah. I'm going to give it 5 minutes, people, and then we'll get to the main topic. And once again, I placed the Hangouts link into the live chat. If you all want to come in, feel free.
So, did you try Fedora for the Biddle challenge, or did you leave that one alone?
I wasn't even in Biddle.
Nah. I tried Fedora for a bit, but
The i3 computer that's just right over there on the coffee table, I actually installed a really unique piece of software to it. A little program called PM Utils.
Really?
Now I can operate the power buttons through the terminal. Basically, PM Utils, it gives me two additional commands: suspend and hibernate. I already have reboot and shutdown. And if I need to log out, I just exit out of the i3 environment entirely. Basically it's a Antergos i3. I have i3 blocks on it, but I don't know if it's active or not.
That would be dependent on the config file, the i3 config file. That's where you would decide what is going to be the status bar command.
Okay, because when I installed Antergos, it already gave me like a little bar. So if I already have the bar, then that means i3 blocks would not be as useful.
i3 blocks, I think it's a little more useful than i3 status.
Yeah.
Just because like each block is its own script. And like for someone like me who like I'm not a programmer, I don't know really how to script at all. I was able to just borrow a bunch of Luke Smith's i3 blocks, and
Okay. That's the YouTuber that you mentioned,
yeah,
right?
yeah, he's very knowledgeable in i3. Basically, I kind of followed his guides to get myself started on it.
Okay.
Maybe later I'll show you like how I got mine all
Yeah,
set up.
that would. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Because I'm thinking, in order for ivory blocks to appear, I would have to get rid of ivory status first.
Well, you'd have to replace that command in the i3 config file. Right.
Okay.
Like, here, let me
Yeah.
open this.
Let me make sure my mic is good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, because what I did was I commented out where it says status command i3 status.
Okay. So you
So
make. Okay, so you just place. So you just commented out and replace with the command for ivory blocks.
right. So underneath that, I put status command i3 blocks. C pointed it to the correct i3 blocks config file, which the i3 blocks config file allows you to enable, disable different i3 blocks.
Okay. So basically, each one of these little blocks is its own program.
Right. Each one is its own script. So
Mm-hmm.
like that's where things like what you just said, PM utils will come in handy because then you could write a script so that like when you click on a certain icon in i3 on an i3 block, you can shut down the computer or whatnot.
So, like, I could pretty much instantly make a command for suspend in one of those blocks,
Right.
or like make a command for mail client, browser, something like that.
Yep. And Luke Smith has a lot of like pre-made scripts, so you just kind of look at them and it's like I don't know how experienced you are with coding or anything. Like I'm not.
Uh,
I'm not.
I don't code. I mean, the only closest thing to coding that I've had experience with is trying to install Gentoo two separate times, and I
Mm.
failed.
Yeah, I'm no good at programming either myself.
I mean, Gentoo is okay when it comes to calculate, but when it comes to just Gentoo itself, I am not good at it.
I mean, I can run commands in the terminal just fine. It's just like
Hmm.
like I've been trying to learn how to code. Where like I've been downloading textbooks and stuff, and I've been like watching videos on YouTube trying to
Hmm.
figure it out. I just haven't had that aha this clicked moment.
Hmm.
I just don't get it.
I don't blame you. I mean, it's really interesting when you see all these youngins who are so smart and they know how to code very quick.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's see.
but like the i3 config file is very legible. I think so. Like even though I can't code, like I can easily read it and figure out how it's supposed to go to get it the way I want it. Hey, Ryan and Linux Network. How you guys doing?
Copy, paste, and give it about a minute, a few seconds.
But just a heads up though, I installed Deepin on my Arch system, and it broke my notifications in i3 in XFCE.
Really?
Yep. No. It turns out I if I want to get it to work, I had to start the XFCE notification daemon
Mm-hmm.
manually
Mm-hmm.
or set it up as a startup script to get it to function
I
again.
see. I see. Okay, Linux Network. Good evening. How you doing? Okay, it has been a good 10 minutes. Time to get on to the main topic. Tonight's main topic is Alexa devices. Okay, where can I start here? Alexa devices have been pretty much around for a good couple years. And one of the things that's become apparent about these devices is not very many people realize that even though they can be useful for certain instances, they are just collecting boatloads and boatloads of data and then just sending all that data back to Google. And I think we all in this room know what Google does with that data. They obviously pretty much just package that data up and just sell it to other companies. So, Alexa devices, in my opinion, I don't think. I mean, while they have their own uses, I could think of other ways of getting information other than using an Alexa device. One way that I can think of getting information is just using a web browser and hunting it down instead of just asking Alexa, "Oh, what is the color of the sky?" or "Oh, who was the very first president?" I mean, why ask Alexa a question when you can just go onto a web browser or go to a local library and just hunt down the information that way? I mean, what are your thoughts on this, Benjamin?
Well, I think that I think just like anything, it has its place. It can be useful and it can be used for good. Problem is, we all know it's not gonna be.
No, it's
and
not.
and I think that humanity is becoming way too dependent on these kinds of things. Right, like I was talking about a few nights ago when Facebook went down. It was the end of some people's worlds. And it really shouldn't be. These things should not
It's
be
not.
running our
No,
lives.
no. I mean, it's like I said in one of my outdoor live streams about a couple weeks ago. The future, the future of computing, all lies in free and open source software. That is where everything is going to be on the table. I mean,
Hmm.
free and open source software at the end of the day can be useful in so many areas for music, for theater, for gaming. I mean, the thing is, free and open source software can do so many things that paid software just can't do. I mean, let's take a look at one thing. Let's just take a look right now at these Alexa devices. I mean, yes, they're useful in some areas, but they all have a major flaw. Eventually, any device is just going to die.
Yeah.
And any device is just going to die or just not work very well. I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, the thing is, when Amazon made these devices, and you could say the same instance for when Microsoft made Windows 10, they both have the same objective, and that's to collect data. That is what they were built for. I mean,
Well, but you got to also look at it farther down the road too. I mean, you got to think about like there are people
Yes.
who want to control speech, who want to control your thoughts. And
Hmm.
how long before these things are used to listen to what you're saying in the house and send, you know, the thought police to your house to arrest you for saying something that the government does? It's
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, and that's scary. That is extremely scary when you know that the government and all these companies are utilizing this type of AI and AI technology and putting it into various things, little tiny devices,
hmm,
little and even huge machines. I mean, AI technology is just getting so out of control. All these big tech companies just need to stop. Just stop right now. Slow the AI technology down. We don't
yeah.
need, I mean, whatever happened to companies being ethical? Have you all forgotten about that word, you companies? Ethical. Doing things for actual real purposes instead of collecting our data, storing that data on your servers, and making copies of the data, which I know you companies do it, and you sell it to other companies to make a profit off of it. It needs to stop. There needs to be rules in this country for how data can be used. And if it was up to me, I say every person in this country has a right to say no if something like a device or a human being asks if they want to collect data. Just say no. That's all. That's what needs to happen.
I think part of the problem too is like we have to address this. Is part of the problem is with the culture,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I'm a pretty free market kind of guy. Like I believe in voting with your dollars,
Exactly. I
and
can agree.
I think competition is the solution here. The problem is that we need to change the culture so that people vote for privacy with their dollars because that
Basically vote with their wallets, and so basically vote with the wallets. Basically.
right. So like instead of or matter of fact, like instead of buying the products that are going to collect your data, either don't buy them. You have to make it hurt for these companies where it hurts the most in their in their bank accounts, and they have to. Unfortunately, privacy right now doesn't sell.
No,
Right.
it does not. I mean, I'm going to take this out of the context of Turtle West today. When you're on the internet, there is no privacy. The
Hmm.
only thing you can really do is if you're using like ungoogle Chromium or any form of a Chromium base and not Google Chrome, or if you do use Google Chrome, there are free must-have extensions that you need to use. Privacy Badger, HTTP Everywhere, and uBlock Origin. If you have those free, you can actually increase your chances a little bit.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
I mean, like, you want to know something about the internet?
mhm,
Let me tell you something. Like, if you ever get a chance, or like, I'm not saying install this on your main daily driver of your machine, but
mhm.
if you have a spare machine lying around, install Kali on that one, and just start playing around with some of the tools on there.
Mm.
Like, it's not going to make you a hacker or anything, but just take a look at the stuff that's on there. Play around with it. Look at something like AirCrack, EtherCap, and you'll see what's out there because you could put certain network cards have the ability to be put into monitor mode. And what that means is that instead of joining a network, it will monitor the traffic on. between the nodes, and you could pull data right from thin air. Or I've been able to pull images and packets right from thin air, from not even being on the network, just from the signals going back and forth between computers and the access point.
So basically, this certain Linux distro allows you to see what's actually going on.
Well, it's a pen testing distribution. It's specifically designed for like security things, like
Okay.
so it has a lot of those tools built into them. So that's what I'm saying to like these tools are available for any distribution, but they come prepackaged with Kali, and they're easy to use on that. So like,
Okay.
and I'm not saying put this on your main machine. Make sure it's either in a virtual box or it's on a spare machine, because it's not meant for daily driver use. It has a specific purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
Now, I know from my experience in Linux, I know one of the safest routes that you can use to protect yourself over there is utilizing the Tor service.
yes.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the best ways you can protect yourself. I mean, the one thing I will say about Tor is they have a masterpiece. I mean, their program is just amazing. I mean, it's for almost any platform you could think of. I mean, if you need to use it to increase your security, increase your privacy, I mean, Tor is the best way to go.
Well, the best thing that you want to do is pick a VPN where you can choose where the VPN server is,
Mm-hmm.
because you want to do your research and make sure that where you're going to be outputting, like where you're coming from, is in a different district or in a different
Mm-hmm.
what's the word I'm looking for? Um, there's a word for it. Jurisdiction. You want to make sure it's
Exactly.
in a different jurisdiction where like your country can't legally collect the
Mm-hmm.
data from. So like for America, that would be Russia right now.
Mm-hmm. Now about now another thing on Amazon's devices. I mean, besides Alexa being their primary device, I mean, from what I know, they have a lot of other scarier devices than just the Alexa Dot. I mean, they have like a other Echo based devices. So, what do you say we look at some of these guys? Okay, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Um, let's see here. Um, actually, no, 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 no. Where is it? I just gotta find it first. Um, Echo, Echo, Echo. Where is Echo at? I mean, they've changed their stuff so much, it's like it's pretty much almost hard to find what you're looking for. Uh, let's see here. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Uh-huh. Echo. Oh, see, all devices with Alexa. Oh, this, okay, here we go. Now we're talking. Okay. Basically, I mean, Amazon has made so many Echo devices, it's not even funny. I mean, yes, you got the Echo Dot, the Echo Dot Plus, but they also got, oh my lord, they also got a smart speaker. They got a voice controlled smart speaker. And this is where it gets really scary right here. There's an Echo Dot for kids. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Here's the thing. Why in the world would somebody want to give their children an Echo Dot? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, kids, in my opinion, should be outside playing, enjoying themselves being a kid, not be immersed in technology until they understand the technological world. They also got like a Bose Home Speaker 500 from Alexa Control. They got what's this one? It's a portable Bluetooth speaker. It's waterproof. Then there's also what do we got here? Voice activated home speaker. Yeah, they got some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Man. I mean, just, and then as you go down the page, you pretty much got the Ring doorbell service. Why would you need a doorbell with a camera clearly on it and it has Alexa on it? I mean, that makes no sense. No sense at all. I mean, if I wanted a doorbell, I would just get like just a normal doorbell, and that be it. I mean, that's all you really need. Oh my gosh, what does this world come to? I mean, there's also oh my lord. And now we enter the bottom of the barrel, ladies and gentlemen. Amazon has get this, Benjamin. You're gonna laugh about this one. It is a programmable thermostat that has Alexa built into it.
But why?
And there's even a light bulb. It's a talking light bulb. This is so stupid.
I have an idea. How about we stop buying these things?
This is so stupid. This is so stupid. And then, I mean, all I'm gonna say. Oh my lord. And there's the Echo Dot Kids edition. It says clear here. Alexa, please tell me a story. I'm like, are you crazy? Do not tell that child a story. Oh my lord. Amazon, you're making too much technology. Way too much technology. You need to calm down on the AI technology and focus on other things. Just calm down on the AI technology. Just please calm down on it.
I think that, like, okay, right or wrong, right? Whether these things are good or not, no matter how good you make the algorithm, the people who are programming these things have an agenda. Mm-hmm. They have biases and they have opinions, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a parent, I want to know what that agenda is. I want to know what they believe. I want to know what their opinions are before I leave my kids in a room with a device they programmed, because that device is going to program my child.
Exactly. I mean, for all you know, Alexa's going to see something severely creepy.
I mean, next thing you know, my son will be the next MK Ultra, puppet or whatever. Hear the wrong thing on TV and say I gotta go kill John Lennon because Alexa told me to do it. I mean, who knows with these people? It could happen. I mean, or something crazier.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, that is extremely scary. I mean, oh.
I mean, I'm not saying that it will happen, but for all we know as parents, for all that we...
But there's a common rule with anything in general. For every reaction, there's an opposite reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to you and protecting your kid, I salute you, my man. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't let your kid near any one of those things.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to let him near tech, but I'm going to let him near it, like, responsibly.
Exactly. I mean, when it comes to children, they need to be taught about technology. They need to understand the good and the bad. That's what needs to happen here.
I mean, it's a part of life, right? It's
Exactly.
not going anywhere,
No.
and so we have to learn how to deal with it.
Exactly. I mean, kids need to be taught the good and the bad about technology and how to use it respectfully and properly.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just it. That's just what needs to happen. Because here's the thing: technology can be used for, dare I say it, it can be used for all sorts of stupidity. It really can. I mean, I mean, here's an example. Look what happened with the self-driving cars. So many crashes. I mean,
If only somebody were to have predicted that and warned people that that was going to happen.
exactly.
Oh, wait.
I mean, and now there's all sorts of stupid technology come out. I mean, you got automated delivery services now.
Well, I admit I've been guilty of using DoorDash in the past. Very
Oh,
recent past.
uh, uh, well, when it comes to DoorDash, DoorDash is good. It's good.
Yes.
I mean, my family's used it; they like it. So, when it comes to food, I have no complaints because I like food. So,
Well, if I can get like Chipotle delivered to my door, I mean, that's a happy day for me, okay? I don't care how they did it.
I mean, when it comes to those little services, I mean, they do have their niches. I mean, DoorDash is so far has been good. But since DoorDash is good, would I want to try something else like, oh, dare I say it, Uber Eats? No.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, DoorDash is good. Why would I want to try something else?
Right. I mean, well, Uber Eats isn't even in my area right now. Like, 'cause I'm kind of in the boonies
Okay.
of where I live.
Yeah, but basically, people, I mean, all I can say to end the main topic is when it comes to Amazon devices, just be very careful. I mean, choose a device that is not going to be catastrophically bad. I mean, if it's like a phone or a tablet, that's okay. But if it's like an Echo Dot, just be careful.
I think that everything has to be done in moderation.
Exactly.
Right? Tech is a wonderful thing. Right? We can communicate with people halfway across the world in an instant. Okay, and that has its advantages. Uh, but it also like this is the most this is the generation that has the most access to like the most information, and yet
Hmm.
we're the most illiterate, we're the most ignorant generation, and, and like there's no excuse for that.
No, there isn't. I mean, the thing about tech, it should not have us just ditch a lot of our ethical ways. I mean, tech is good, but we as human beings need to do a lot of things. I mean, say for example, if you want to cook something, you can actually cook it and not use tech at all. Just get a pan and a spatula and you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh, or say if you're in an airport, you don't need to use um automatic luggage carrying services. You could carry the luggage yourself.
well, but Ricky, was I to understand when you said that there was a lot of stupidity online?
Yeah.
You weren't talking about my cat videos, were you?
No, no,
I'm
no,
kidding.
no,
I'm kidding.
no. I mean,
But he
the cats are cute.
but he stuck his head in like a piece of toast, and it was so. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding. No, I think my cat. I think he only made it on the stream once, and the only reason he was here is because I had sandwich meat. So
That's a freebie.
yeah, and he like mooned the webcam. I was like, okay.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the main topic, people. I mean, this open chat's going to be open for at least until midnight, so that's another hour. So if anybody else wants to come in, I mean, feel free to. But like I said in my update video, these open chats will not happen very often. I mean, you'll pretty much get more outdoors live streams from me from the phone than the open chats, because I mean, I can only do these open chats when I have a lot of time on my hands. So, but anyway, I think for the next part of the live stream, I mean, it's going to be on video. Anyway, I might as well show everybody my new and improved Antergos OpenBox setup for March 2019. Okay, why not? Let's see here. There we go. Okay, basically I modified it big time. New wallpaper, modified tint to a little bit, but oh, what's this? Is that a new dock? Why, yes, it is. I got rid of Plank in favor of Docky. I like Docky because it pretty much gives me a more Mac-like feel, because I'm trying to make this more Mac-like. So basically, I got Docky in what's called panel mode. It's an option in Docky. You can make it into a full-blown panel. So basically what we have here is I got Discord, Dead Beef, my favorite music player, Ungoogle Chromium, Google Chrome, GUVC View, OBS, PCman FM, the best and lightest file manager in my opinion, second to Ranger. LX Terminal, Mate Calc. Over here, I got a workspace switcher and the trash can. Right up here in Tent 2, I got a audio controller. But I usually if I want to modify my audio, I just open up the Pulse Audio control. That's how I usually do it. We got a little clipboard here, Ethernet. So happy to have that Ethernet cable now. 10.2 settings. This is where how I got this gorgeous little transparent theme. But other than that, I mean, it may not look like much, people, but it's a slight update from what I originally had. I mean, Plank was good, but I just needed something else that would give me a lot more space for apps and to make this more of a Mac feel. Because I have a few other Linux distros that give me a Windows layout. I just needed at least one to give me that Mac OS X feel, and this is pretty much as close as I'm going to get. So basically, people, that is pretty much my OpenBox Antergos setup. So what did you think of that, Benjamin?
That's a very, very slick looking open box there.
Uh-huh. I mean, some person would have sworn that that I'm using an actual Mac, but no, I'm not. I mean, I can never afford one of those things. Those things are like in the 2000s now.
Well, to be honest, I could tell that it wasn't a Mac, because I actually used to use a Mac back in the day. But like,
you used to use one?
Yeah, I had a mid 2010 17-inch MacBook Pro. I think it was the second to last generation of that had the 17-inch. and I have to say Mac OS 10 is very stable. The hardware is okay.
I mean, I mean, it got a little risky when they decided to switch it to a Unix based.
I think that was the best decision they ever made because that was Mac OS before they based it off of Unix was a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
It was completely unstable. It was a resource hog. It was
Yeah,
just god
I
awful.
mean, I've seen screenshots of all sorts of different. I've seen screenshots of different Macs. I mean, the way it looks is definitely much better than it used to be.
Yeah, and like I mean, for me, the layout isn't too important, right? Like I can get used to like a dock and whatever. I can get
Mm-hmm.
used to start menu or whatever.
Yeah.
As long as it's stable, as long as it works, I will adapt to the workflow.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can try to find a bit of news here. I might as well make this a Linux report too, or a tech report, whatever you want to call it. Let's find some news here. Oh, and it looks like we found an article already, people. Spotify responds to Apple, calling it a monopolist. Oh, this ought to be good. The let's
Each
see. Let's see. The war of words between Spotify and Apple continued today, with the former calling the latter a monopolist, and that is its response to the lawsuit was entirely in line with our expectations.
Let me tell you something about those two companies.
I mean, they're going like back and forth, back and forth. But here's the thing. Yes, they have some good things about them, but when it comes to how they both are, they both have not been that good of companies within the last few years. I mean, yes, Spotify is an excellent alternative to iTunes, but the thing is, when it comes to iTunes, yes, iTunes has great music, but they got a really nice fan base. I mean, Spotify has not been around as long as iTunes has. But between these two companies, I say the stupid things that both of them have done, they're both stupid.
Well, each one of them is the pot calling the other one the kettle.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter which one you pick. It's the pot
I
calling
mean,
the kettle black.
both of these companies are just fighting over constant nonsense. I mean, anyway, next article. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, Apple and Stanford's Apple Watch study identified irregular heartbeats with over 2,000 patients. Oh, great! Really? Oh, my lord. That is just... All I gotta say is, Apple, what are you doing? What in the world are you doing? I mean, it's just stupid.
Ever since Steve Jobs died, I honestly don't think they know.
Oh, no, they don't. Okay, what's this? We have a... Oh my gosh, Valve. Valve has sunk to an incredible low. I'm... To be Benjamin, I may have my own on fire moment. Valve takes down user tributes memorializing the New Zealand shooting suspect. Okay. What the heck are you... more than 100 profiles utilized the name or picture of the alleged shooter. Valve removed more than 100 tributes to the alleged alleged shooter responsible for the mass shooting in New Zealand. God in heaven. It founded the numerous users, updated their profiles to include the name or image of the shooter, and in one case, a graffiti of the attack.
Dear God.
All I gotta say, Valve, what in the world are you thinking of letting... Valve, you've gone insane.
Well, I think. Well, it sounds like
Well,
it sounds like it wasn't Valve
it wasn't
doing.
yet.
It was its users.
It was the users, but Valve was trying to stop the whole thing, which I commend them for that. But if Valve knew ahead of time that they were going to do this, they would have stopped it instantly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not
trying to, make light of it, but it sounds like it was most likely a giant troll effort.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, it's a good thing Valve took all that, removed that. I mean, that should not be. That is irresponsible. In my opinion, what Valve should have done, besides removing the 100 tributes, the people who were doing it, they should have had their accounts deleted. They should have had their accounts deleted. Because that was flat out stupid. Oh my God. Okay. Alright, let's move on to the next article. Okay, what we got here? Oh! Okay, now this is really interesting. Okay, this is like a much more uplifting article. LG's 2019 OLED TV lineup with AirPlay 2 will hit stores starting in April. So let me get this straight. You're making a TV that will use the AirPlay. Wow. It will not be only using AirPlay 2, but it'll be using Alexa as well. Let's see what this says, shall we? LG has unveiled the pricing and release plans for some of its 2019 OLED TV lineup, basically mirroring the company's playbook from last year. These are some of the best TVs you can buy, so LG is continuing to price them as such. The 2019 C9 65-inch or 55-inch and the E9 65-inch series TVs will start shipping in April. The 77-inch model of the C9 and 55-inch of the E9 will hit stores a bit later in May and June, respectively. And this year's update to LG's wallpaper TVs to be available in 65 and 75-inch sizes will come out in June. So if you're wondering, no. There's still not a firm price or release date for the stunning rollable TV. LG's TV's branding can be pretty confusing, but all of these TVs fundamentally share the same display quality and the latest features that the company first announced at CES. They will include AirPlay 2, built-in for Amazon Alexa voice commands, improved image processing, and more. LG claims itself as the only major TV manufacturer offering both. Oh heavens. As if this could not happen, but it is. Offering both Alexa and Google Assistant out of the box. So let me get this straight here before I go on further. You're including both Alexa and Google Assistant in one TV. I got to ask myself, how in the world is that going to work having two different services in a TV? I mean, are they like both going to communicate with each other? Are they going to like is one going to be turned off and the other one's turned on and you can switch I don't know how that's going to work, but anyway.
I did hear that, like, I don't know if I heard this a while ago or if I'm getting this right, but I heard that, like, some of these companies, they want, like, the different apps to be able to talk to each other. Or maybe it was Microsoft and Cortana. Microsoft wanted Cortana to be able to talk to the Google Assistant or something to better learn, like, you or something.
Aha, I see. That's very interesting. It also says right here where about some other brands, Samsung, Roku, etc., only support them through external speakers that you might own. The TVs will also feature HDMI 2.1, future proofing them for any content and just about any frame rate that might be coming down the pipe over the next several years. But they differ in what's around the screen. The E9 series has glass on all four sides. Oh, I could sense if that thing. Okay, let's talk about this. It has glass on all four sides, most notably on the bottom. The C9 doesn't get quite that fancy, and the W9 wallpaper series puts the same display into design that's almost thin. Okay, so you're telling me that this particular TV has glass on all four sides. So what would happen if somebody was to knock it over? Can you imagine that happening, Benjamin?
Yeah, that sounds like it's a pretty fragile device there.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that some devices have glass, but um, I will say that if a TV like that gets knocked over, well, chances are it ain't gonna work again. I mean,
How much did you say it cost? The price tag?
well, the pricing is not on the let me see here. Let me go to the bottom of the oh, here's the pricing right here. It just says a little bit more information. Let's see. LG said only its 2019 TVs will gain AirPlay 2 and HomeKit functionality. Other TV makers, including Samsung and Vizio, are also adding the useful feature to their older sets. It'd be nice if the company would reconsider this. Okay. So here's the prices for the TVs. The first one, the 77-inch, that's coming out in May. And this, I don't know how somebody can afford this. $6,999. The 65-inch, $3,499, and that's in April. The next one's in April as well. The 55-inch, $2,499. The LG E9 series, 65-inch, coming out in April, $4,299. The 55-inch, coming out in June, $3,299. The wallpaper TV series, the 77-inch, June. Now, this is a big price, dude. So brace yourself. $12,999.
So if I buy that and I take it home and I have a cat, I'm out $12,000.
Oh my God. That's good. That's good.
Come on. If you have a pet, if you have kids, it's only a matter of time before that thing is like smashed to a million pieces.
Hey, Ben. Yeah, come on in, Ben. Mm.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder about this stuff.
Ricky.
Hey, how's your system, Ben?
Oh, well. Well, I just downloaded the tarballs for LFS. I haven't started on any of them yet, but you
Yeah.
know, um, I was coming on to announce that Hackman Unity is now a thing, and I finished it, and you know,
Perfect.
yes, I'm planning to upload it to Google Drive this evening and see how many downloads I get.
Yep. That's a wonderful announcement, Ben. You just missed a really good article here. I was talking about
Yes.
the new LG TVs. Get this, Ben.
Yeah.
In June, they're releasing a wallpaper TV. It's a 77-inch. The price for this thing is $12,999.
Wow, for a TV, it's $1,300.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and here's the funny part. I was waiting for you to come in so I could get to the
Hmm.
final TV that's right under it. The
Hmm.
65-inch coming in June, 6,999.
Holy smokes, man! Crazy price.
Yeah, yeah. The thing about LG, I mean, while those
Hmm.
TVs look beautiful, I mean, sheesh, I could find cheaper TVs than that. Um,
Oh,
so now time to move on to the next news article.
let's see.
Snapchat may launch a gaming platform as early next month.
Whoa, my word.
Yeah, brace yourself for this, boys. Instagram is expected to copy Snapchat's gaming platform shortly after.
Wow.
Snap may be launching a new gaming platform for Snapchat as early next month at the company's Snap Partners Summit in Los Angeles, California on April 4th. According to a report from, well, and this is their news company, Chatter.
Hmm.
Snapchat has dabbled in games before. The company launched Snappables, a set of AR lenses games last year, but the new platform said to be codenamed Project Cognac would be a larger foray into the gaming world that would allow outside developers to create games that would live inside the Snapchat app. Snap also reportedly brought out Australian game studio Pretty Great back in January, according to a report from CNET, which would further hint at a new gaming push. According to a report from CNET, the information reported in summer 2018 that Snap was working on a gaming platform for the fall of that year, which would gel with Chatter's reports, assuming the program information reported was pushed back a few months. So basically, it pretty much just explains further people that they're wanting to get into the gaming industry. I mean, in my opinion, I mean, if they want to get into the gaming industry, that's fine. But I don't think Snapchat is going to be. I don't think they're going to be in the gaming business for very long because, I mean, with Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, Epic Games, all these other companies, they're just going to rip Snapchat to pieces. Now, what are you guys' thoughts on this?
Well, I don't use Snapchat because, I used it like a couple of times, wasn't too impressed. but that's just me. So it wouldn't really have an impact on me if it died off. That's just my opinion.
Okay. What about you, Benjamin?
Well, I'm not too impressed by it. I don't really use it. So I get the basic principle of it. So here's my thoughts on it. So if I get to play a game on Snapchat, oh yay, another place where I could play Candy Crush. Get my high score and have it vanish in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I can see that. I can really see that.
Like, is that how it's gonna work? Because that's what happens with every message that you send to somebody. Eventually, just poof, disappears. That's the whole point of the app, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So wouldn't that happen with the games too? I don't get what they're trying to do with that.
Okay. I think that's it for that article. But next up, time to get into a computer article.
Computer article. Here we go.
Hawaii's MateBook X Pro, one of the best laptops around, is up to $200 off.
$200 off. Okay, what is its original price, if you know?
Let me look. Let's see. Though it says right here, the Hawaii MateBook Pro is up to $200 off at the Microsoft Store, and if you're in the market for a laptop, it's still one of the best that you can currently purchase. When put up against the other quality devices, the MacBook Pro, HP's Spectre 360, and others, Hawaii's premium Windows laptop stands out from the rest with its bright, colorful. You're gonna like this, Ben. 13.9 inch 3000 x 2000 display at the time of publishing. It also has an 8th-gen Intel i7 processor, 16 gigs of RAM, and 512 gigabytes of storage for, and I believe this is the original price right here, $1,299.
How much? Sorry?
$1,299.
Dear crap, that's a lot of money for a laptop.
Compared to competing laptops with similar specs, this is a good deal. However, if you want to save a little money, bumping the specs down a bit will drop the price to $1,049.
Wow.
This configuration is shocked with an 8th-gen Intel Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigabytes of storage. I'm going to have to say, while it's good on paper, I say, and this is coming from me, if you're looking for a laptop, people, that you know you can afford, go on eBay and get yourself a Lenovo ThinkPad. The ThinkPad is amazing. I highly recommend it. You can get ThinkPads for under $200, and they will be Linux ready out of the box. Because the ThinkPad's hardware, people, is just amazing.
Well, I will say this about the ThinkPads is that
they just work.
Is that this one came with an NVIDIA Optimus. And I had to kind of wrestle with it to get that to work properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I should tell you guys, that Optimus Manager that I got from Arch didn't work in Gentoo. I thought it did, but, I would have been better off just using OptiRun or something like that in the command line versus using a GUI applet. That's just a sad truth. And I wanted to get Optimus Manager working in Gentoo, but, the applet showed up. There was no question about it. But the applet just kept crashing every time I ran it and saying that the trick was that it would not switch. It kept refusing to switch over and over and over. I finally said, okay, screw this. I'm going back to Archer Ubuntu because, then it at least worked. And I said, oh, okay. as much as I love Gen 2, it wasn't going to work out on that laptop because the problem was I could not get my Optimus stuff working.
Oh, ooh, what we got here? Looks like there's another laptop article here. Samsung's refreshed Notebook 9 Pro launches on March 17th, starting at $1,100.
So then, and NVIDIA Optimus just won't work in Gen 2 then. So.
Well, they do have wikis on it, Benjamin, but I mean, I could probably find a way to make a working applet. It's just I would have to do a bit of research into it. So.
Yeah, I can.
I'm actually going to the Bumblebee wiki.
You know what I'm thinking it could be? Is that like, I mean, you could install Gen 2 with System D.
Yes.
But most people don't. And
I don't even, because the conversion from OpenRC to System D, it's a nightmare. I mean, I literally had to rebuild my kernel. It's just not a very common thing for Gen 2 to run System D. It's just not.
Well, because what I'm thinking is that that Optimus Manager installs a daemon with it, doesn't it? Or a daemon?
Yes, it does. But the problem is, I don't know if I was missing packages or what, but for some reason, when I clicked the switch to NVIDIA button on the applet, it didn't want to switch. I don't know what the heck I did wrong.
What I'm thinking is doesn't the service have to be running for that to work?
And it said during the boot up when it runs all that checklist thing down the screen, it said that it started up, etc. But for some effed up reason, even though System D loaded the service, it said that it still didn't want to switch. So I don't know what the hell I did wrong, but for some reason it just didn't want to work. And it worked in Arch, but not in Gen 2. So I'm okay.
Well, you know what it could be too is that Arch has all the modules in the kernels already preloaded. So it could be that you
did something wrong, yeah.
When you compiled the kernel, that maybe we didn't pick the right.
Exactly. Well, as far as I could tell, I had
so
all
many
the right
variables.
kernel mods in there for Bumblebee to work, but oh god, I think I know why. NVIDIA Prime was not installed. Oh my god. And you see, there was no NVIDIA Prime package on Gen 2.
There you go, Ben. I think you just solved your problem.
Right. You see, Arch has that package, but Gen 2 does not.
So basically, without you realizing it, you just literally shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up NVIDIA Prime.
Because I thought Gen 2 actually had good NVIDIA drivers.
Yeah, I'm looking up how to install NVIDIA Prime on Gen 2.
Well, I think most distributions have good NVIDIA drivers. It's just getting the Optimus to work. Is a nightmare with any distro.
Yeah. So I found. I'm just looking this up while the show goes on. So.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see the chat here. Okay.
I mean, to be honest, that's why I'm afraid to put any other distro on this machine. Because I
understand. I mean, I'm just trying to see.
It was I got the Optimus working, and it was I don't want to break it. I don't want to screw with it.
No, I understand, dude. I mean, if I'm just looking here, there is a System D script for Optimus that says system modules load.service, but that doesn't tell me anything.
Okay, let me see if I can find another article. Oh, and I just did. Robot valets are now parking cars in one of France's busiest airports.
Oh, goody.
Yay!
What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, I gotta see this. Next time you head to the airport in France, there might be a robot waiting to pick up your car. French firm Stanley Robotics has been trialing its self-driving robot valets for a few years now, and this week started its first full-time service at France's Lyon Lyon Saint X. I cannot pronounce that word. Airport. The system works like this: customers park their cars in special hangars where the vehicles are signed to confirm their make and model. Then one of Stanley's robots, which are essentially self-driving forklifts named Stan, drives in, slides a platform underneath the vehicle, lifts it up, and carries it away and parks it.
Oh.
Stanley Robotics says its system uses space much more efficiently than humans, fitting 50% more cars into the same area. This is thanks to, in part, to the robot's precision driving, but also because the system keeps track of when consumers will return. This means the robots can pick cars 3 or 4 deep, but then dig out the right vehicle ready for its owner's return. And it says right here, we call it a valet parking robot because people just need to drop off their car at the entrance at the car park, and then they can basically leave and catch a flight. The co-founder and COO of Stanley Robotics, Stephanie Aveno, told Airport Technology in 2017, the robots use the same technology as self-driving cars. It is able to scan its environment at any time and react to everything that would be in the way. Oh my God in heaven.
What?
It says right here,
Yeah.
they have the same technology as self-driving cars. And think of how many self-driving car accidents we've had this year.
Far too many.
Yeah. Next thing you know, there's going to be a valet robot incident.
Oh,
I mean, all I gotta say is if you want your car parked, use an actual human valet. I mean, really, just do that.
Well, but the robots are so superior, according to that article. I mean, it sounds like they're doing the job a lot better than us meatbags.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a little bit more to this article right here. I thought it was the end, but it's not. Stanley Robotics has held trials of its system in Dusseldorf and Paris, Charles de Gaulle Airport, and is planning another test at London Gatwick this year. But the operation at Lyons Saint Sauveur Airport, France's 4th busiest airport, will be its first full-time service. The company won't be taking over parking for the whole airport, just one section of its 6 regular slots. This covers 500 parking spaces, which will be serviced by 4 of Stanley's robots, who will be able to park and retrieve up to 200 cars each day. And it says right here, Stanley Robotics told The Verge that it eventually wants to expand its operations at Leon Scott and Sauveur Airport to cover some 6,000 spaces. But the time frame for this was confidential. The company also noted that for the time being, humans would supervise the autonomous robots to secure the operations and to track any malfunction in real time. In future, says the company, the supervision will be done remotely. So what do you guys think of this?
Yeah.
Well,
I would say, sorry, Ricky, my brain was elsewhere. What was the question about?
what do you think about these self-driving car valets?
Well, I am not one for self-driving anything, whether it be a car, a go-kart, whatever. I mean, it's too risky. I mean, there's no way in heck I would condone self-driving a car. I mean, that to me just doesn't look sensible. I mean,
No,
it makes you look like a nutball.
What do you think, Benjamin?
Well, I'm with Bender, man. Death to all humans. No, I'm kidding. But
Oh my god, dude! I did not say that.
no, I said Bender from Futurama.
Bender. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got a little confused. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He's always saying that, calling us a bunch of meat bags and how inferior we are to robots and whatever. But like, no, like, I agree with you. Like they shouldn't be self-driving anything. I mean, we think that we're the ones supervising these robots. It's like, no. They're supervising us.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, it's like nothing is perfect.
Mhm.
There's always got to be at least one human to observe it, to supervise it, to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Exactly. I mean, because here's the thing. We know from history robots aren't perfect. They can malfunction and they will malfunction at any given time.
Yes. And if we're not careful, something could implode on them. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Safety is key in any type of business environment. You got to keep not only your customers safe, but you got to keep the other administration safe. I mean, their lives are on the line too.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you're not careful, you're gonna be screwed.
Exactly.
Because let's like forget about the human element for a second. Like humans getting hurt. What if some rich fancy pants shows up with his expensive car? One of your robots picks it up and drops it in the middle of the parking lot, smashes it to a million pieces. Guess who's gonna get the crap suit out of them and go out of business?
Exactly.
Car maker. Yeah.
Exactly. Or say for example, what if some head of a company just comes to that airport, has one of those valets take his car away, and next thing he knows, he comes back a few days later from his trip and it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the one thing most companies don't understand. You can't predict what's going to happen when the AI technology gets out there. You can't predict.
I gotta go, guys. The baby's crying. I'll say good night here.
All right.
Yeah.
See
I'll
you
catch
later.
you guys tomorrow.
Sounds good. I'll stay on a little longer.
Okay, because I'm gonna be ending this around midnight.
Okay, Ricky. Well, in another bit of side news from me, I am planning to buy a display port to a HDMI connector this evening because I just got a RX 560 AMD card in my computer, and you see, I have Mac on one side and Windows on the other, and two SSDs, and my DVI to HDMI connection is proving kind of funky on it, so it's giving me this purple-looking screen on it, and I know it works in Linux, I know it works in Windows just fine, but it doesn't in Mac, so I'm going to try this $15 3-pack of HDMI to DVI, or HDMI to display adapters, and see if they work.
Oh, that's wonderful, Ben.
And the problem is, you never really know if they're any good until you buy them. That's the problem.
Yep. Yep.
But hey, as long as they work, who's to complain?
I mean, if it works, dude, I mean, just stick with it.
Yep, that's my plan. And another thing I wanted to announce is coming soon is an update of the Hackman Arch distro. And
Oh, I've been waiting for this one, Hackman Linux.
yes, it's coming back, you guys. A new version coming soon. There's still a bug with LightDM and LXDM that I have to work out. Whereas, after you install it with Calamari, the text installer is gone. I know it was a lot of difficulty for a lot of you guys to use, so that's been fixed. The theming is still there with the Arc theme. However, I've included for more choice the Obsidian theme.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the Calamari installer. Thanks to Silent Robot, my dude, you rock. And Silent, you're the man, buddy. You kick ass. Thank you for your help. And kudos to you, my friend. You got us an installer that we can finally use. And yeah.
It's a good thing that Hackman lives again.
Yes, it lives again, people. So yeah, that one is going to come back very soon. Hopefully tomorrow or the next day we'll have a release announcement. And so yeah, don't hold me to that, guys. Hopefully soon. I can't say for sure when, but hopefully within the next few days we will have a video or a stream announcement about it. And that sort of thing.
Do you plan for Hackman Linux at some point in the far future to come in a few more environmental flavors?
Hopefully we'll have a KDE edition, and
okay.
Yeah, hopefully soon. I can't say when because I don't have a package list for that yet, but hopefully soon. We will have a KDE release. I can't say when, so don't go asking me an ETA on that. But, hopefully soon I will be able to manipulate Arch ISO to have a KDE version. Right now it's solely XFCE because that's what I know. But, I know there's a demand for a KDE version at least, but I don't have, the resources to build with that right now. But
okay.
But, hopefully soon my distro will evolve into more environments. I have to get with Silent about that. But, he's busy helping Spatry with MCOL, and, I'm still the main maintainer on that, but Silent's offered his time to help us out with that. So, and he's helping to fix Calamari for that as well.
Okay. I would say, but I would say besides KDE, I think you should look into OpenBox.
Well, I'd have to get my hands wrapped around OpenBox to figure that out. But I might look into that into the near future. But that's going to be another project that I just have to get my hands around.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll consider it when I've gotten.
How's the Ubuntu distro you're working on?
That is actually fully completed. I'm actually working on uploading that as we speak to Google Drive. I haven't set up a SourceForge project page for that yet. I'm actually in the midst of working on that. But I just I want to finish Hackman, Arch, and then get the Unity version up, and then I'll shift my focus to probably getting my LFS version of Hackman and get that done, and the project page for both the two previous versions. So,
okay.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening with the Hackman series. Right?
Yeah. Any chance at some point of seeing Hackman Linux go to either Distro Hunt or Distro Watch?
Distro Hunt already has a page for it at the moment. It's the old version. Distro Watch, I might put it up there, but I'd have to talk with them about that. But yeah, I might consider it. I just don't know if it would cost me hundreds of dollars to do that. That's the trick.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'm not going to pay $300 just for them to have my distro on the front page. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm just letting you all know in the live chat right now. If anybody's there, we now have a 10-minute warning. In 10 minutes, this live stream will be shutting down.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm actually planning to hopefully tomorrow morning sometime have a release announcement for Hackman. I don't know if that's the case. I mean, that's not set in stone, but you know, if by some chance I get a working install tonight, I'm not saying I will, but hopefully I will. I'm gonna test it and then hopefully upload it to see what I get. I mean, I've worked hard on this thing, and hopefully we will have some kind of a release schedule coming up soon,
Well,
and we'll see.
well, all I gotta say, Ben, is you've been working very hard. I mean, shout
Yeah,
outs,
a lot of sleepless days, a
shout
lot of
outs,
sleepless nights.
shout outs to you and the guys. You guys are doing a wonderful job.
Yes, and actually, as a matter of fact, I am going to write it to USB stick and give everybody a sneak peek of the distro. Because, you know, I wonder if I even have it on a thumb drive right now. But yeah, I want to give everybody a little hands-on of this distro before we call it an evening here.
Well, just so you know, it might not. The quality of your webcam might not come out too well because your webcam's lagging.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, if we don't get to it, we don't get to it.
Okay.
You know, like I said, good things to come from Hackman Linux, and I hope everybody is excited for it as much as I am, because you know it's been some work, and yeah, it's been a heck of a ride, and like I said, we are expecting good things, and hopefully you guys will download it and like it and try it. And you know, I'm actually working on uploading Hackman Unity 1 version 1 right now. Like I said, now guys, this is a version 1 product, so it's not, you know, exactly 100%. So yeah, don't expect, you know, it to be, you know, 100%. So anyway, yeah, it's uploading right now. It says about 14 minutes, so I will post the link to Ricky, and we'll go from there. So.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyways, I will. So anyways, that's my big news for the evening. So.
Yeah, it's wonderful news. I mean, Hackman's back.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I understand that you would have gotten in. I understand that you would have gotten back on to work on it sooner, but you had so much going on.
Yes, of course, and I've finally gotten over spring break to work on it with Silent Robot, and he got the time to help me out. So it's all good.
Yep. Also, for the people in the live chat, sometime next month, if I can afford it, it may be the month after. Basically, it's gonna be the month after because I gotta get a few more electronic pieces next month. But in May, people, I am getting my very first solid state drive.
Oh, there you go.
In other words, once I get a hold of that first SSD, you guys will be seeing VirtualBox reviews on my channel.
There you go, buddy.
So keep a lookout for that.
Yeah.
And I think my first review is going to be think I know what my first distro review is going to be. I think we're going to go with a classic to start this off. I'm going to go with the very first Linux distro I ever tried full time, Peppermint 8.
There you go.
Because I still use Peppermint 8 on very rare occasions. I mean, it just works. I mean, yes, Peppermint 9's good, but there's just something about 8, the 16.04 architecture, that just makes it work so good. I mean, 16.04, in my opinion, is the best version of Ubuntu that ever released, bar none. Okay, we got about 5 minutes, people, and we'll be wrapping it up. I appreciate you all coming to my live stream. If you want to see more live streams just like this, then smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Also, subscribe to Ben. Watch his content. He's an awesome guy. Also, subscribe to Silent Robot and Spatry's Cup of Linux. They're awesome people. They do a lot of work to keep the Linux community going, so give them all the help, you guys.
Yes, exactly. And do check out my projects, please. And we hope to see you within the next live stream, and I'll definitely be here for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, we will. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the time you had with us tonight. I know I was a bit late, but you know, better late than never, as they always say.
Yep.
Oh, and Benjamin Eldridge just subscribed to me. Thank you, Sir Benjamin. Glad to have you on board.
Okay. Now, just letting you know, people, I have no idea when the next live stream, the next open chat will be. These will be happening on a very rare basis. The next outdoors live stream will be tomorrow in the morning around 8 or 9. Depends on if I'm up around that time. If I'm not, it'll be a little later. The main topic for tomorrow's outdoors live stream will be on low-cost budget computers. So keep a lookout for that. All right, guys, we got 2 minutes left, and we'll be wrapping this thing up because I got to get to bed.
Yeah, as do I. I'm just going to get this Unity Ubuntu thing uploaded, and that'll be it.
Yep.
So anyway, thanks, guys. Glad to help you out here hosting, Ricky, and I'll hope to see you tomorrow sometime.
All right. Later, Ben.
Later, man.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. Okay, guys. It is pretty much midnight. This is the end of the live stream, people. I appreciate you all coming. Thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me that you all have come to to watch my live stream. Thank you. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next open chat, whenever that may be, and keep a lookout for my usual content on my channel every Tuesday and Thursday. And with that being said, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 saying see you later. Bye-bye.